Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Excel Sessions, and today we will learn how to create multi-level document structure in couple of minutes using VBA. This functionality will make your life easy if you are creating folders manually in your daily activity. Using this functionality, you can create folder structure at any level. So let's start. I have divided the activity in three steps. First step is to list down the folder structure in Excel sheet based on which VBA will create folder structure in the system. Now in the worksheet structure, I have created the data and currently it is showing till level 10 and 6 rows. But you can add further depth up to any level or sub-level. As per the data, the folder structure would be created as this. So in column A, we have mentioned main folders which will be created in the base folder, and then the subfolder structure is in further columns, column B, C, and D. While creating the folder structure data, you need to keep following points in your mind. One, you can't skip any row, and in a single row, you can't skip any cell. So keeping row 6 blank is wrong. Also, skipping cell E5, A6, B7, and A8 is wrong. Duplication of folder name on the same level is not an issue, as we will handle that in VBA code. If folder name contains these invalid characters, then VBA will show the cell address having the invalid characters. You need to remove the characters from the folder name. Second step is to select the base folder in which we will create the folder structure as defined in worksheet structure. Now to select the base folder, add a button from ActiveX control. So go to developer tab, insert from the ActiveX, draw button, right click, select properties. Now change the button name to CMT select base folder and caption to select base folder. Change the font name and font size using font property. Change the font color using 4 color property. Change the button color using back color property. Now double click the button and in the click event call select base folder. Now create a module, right click, insert, select module option, double click on module 1 and create the same subroutine sub select base folder. Inside the subroutine, we will use file dialog object which will open the file dialog box functionality similar to standard open and save as dialog box. So first create a variable of file dialog data type. So dim f dialog as office dot file dialog. Then set f dialog and you need to specify the type of dialog. So application dot file dialog and in the bracket type MSO file dialog folder picker, which is option number 2. Now file dialog object takes one parameter which determines the type of file dialog object. To select a folder, we have used MSO file dialog folder picker option. Now to display the file dialog box, we must have to use the show method with f dialog and with, and within and statement we'll say dot show. Every dialog box has OK and cancel button. If users select a folder and press OK, then show method returns true, else false. So to handle the user action, we will use if statement. So we'll type if dot show equals to true, then folder path is equal to f dialog dot selected items 1 and subfolder path is equal to f dialog dot selected items 1. Now here we are saving the selected folder path in two variables, folder path and subfolder path. Now declare these two variables of type string at global level. Type public folder path as a string and public subfolder path as a string. So in the whole module, we will keep the folder path same and the subfolder path will change when we have to create a new subfolder. Now, if user cancel the dialog box, then we will use else statement. So else and if, and then we will show a message box. You didn't select any folder. VB information, folder path will be a blank string. Now here VBA will show message box if user cancels the operation. Now to show the selected folder path in B3 cell of create folder, after the if statement, type worksheets create folder dot range B3 equals to folder path. So after if statement, folder path will be updated in B3 cell of worksheet. Now go to the Excel sheet, click on select base folder button. It will show folder picker dialog box. Now click the cancel button and it will show message box and B3 cell will remain blank. Now click on select base folder button again. Select a folder, click OK. Now the B3 cell is showing the folder path. Third step is to create the required folder structure within the selected base folder. The folder structure will be created as per the structure defined in worksheet structure. So now add another button, go to developer, insert from the ActiveX, draw another button, right click on the button, select properties, change the button name to CMD create structure and caption to create folders. Change the font name, Cambria 14, OK. Change the fore color and the back color. Now double click the create folders button and in the click event declare two variables for handling the row data and the column data in the Excel. So type dim row counter as integer, comma call counter as integer. Now first we will check that the base folder path should not be blank. So we'll type if folder path equals to blank, then and if message box select base folder to create structure, VB information, and then exit sub. Remember, the folder path and the subfolder path are the public variables. To check the total number of rows available in the structure sheet, type total rows equals to worksheet function dot count a worksheets in double quotes structure comma range a colon a. Now declare the variable dim total rows as integer. Now to create the folder, we will apply a loop. So for row counter is equal to 2 to total rows. Next. Now here we are starting from 2 because the first row is for the heading. Now within a row, to check the total number of subfolders type total calls. We'll use the same function, but this time to check the column, we will use row counter ampersand colon ampersand row counter. Now declare this variable also dim total calls as integer. Now the total rows includes total number of filled rows in column A, and the total calls variable contains the number of filled columns for each row. Now inside the for loop, we'll create loop for the columns. So for call counter equals to 1 to total calls. Next, before creating folder, we will check the name of folder for invalid characters. So declare an array variable to keep all the invalid characters. Also declare a variable as the counter for each character to search. So dim char to search, it will be a array, and then dim char counter as integer. Now inside char to search variable, we will store all the invalid characters. So array, the question mark, then less than sign, greater than sign, forward slash, backward slash, pipe character, colon, and star. Before creating the folder structure, we will create a nested loop to search the invalid characters. So for char counter is equal to 0 to 7. Next, and within the nested loop, we will use inString method to check the characters in the folder's name one by one. Then worksheets, structure, cells, row counter, comma, call counter, then char to search, char counter is not equals to 0, then and if message box invalid character ampersand char to search car counter ampersand found in ampersand worksheets structure dot cells row counter comma call counter dot address, exit sub. Here, if invalid character is found in the folder name, then it will show the message and will exit the sub procedure. It will show the invalid character which is found and the cell address in which invalid characters exist. Now it's a long string, so use line continuation character. Now we will create another similar nested loop to create folders and subfolders. So copy the loop structure and paste here. Now type next for inner loop and next for outer loop. Now inside the inner loop, to create subfolder path, type subfolder path equals to subfolder path ampersand backslash ampersand worksheets structure dot cells row counter comma call counter. Now to create the folder, type mkdir subfolder path. Outside the inner loop, change the subfolder path equals to folder path. Now here the outer loop is creating the main folder which is available in column A of the worksheet, and every iteration of the inner loop we are creating subfolders and hence changing the subfolder path every time. mkdir function is used to create a folder as per the path given. Also, with starting of new row, we are setting the subfolder path to base folder path. So after creating all the folders, we'll create a message to user. So type message box, all folders created successfully. Then worksheets create folder dot range b3 equals to blank, folder path is blank, subfolder path is equal to blank. To avoid the error due to duplication of the folders, type on error resume next in the beginning of the sub procedure. Now go to the Excel sheet, click first button to select the base folder. It will open the select folder dialog box. Select the folder under which we want to create the folders. Click OK. The folder path will be available in the B3 cell. Now click on create folders button and it will give the message all folders created successfully, and you can see that the folders are created in the path given. Now enter any invalid characters in the folder name. If you click on create folders directly, it will ask you to select base folder first. So select the base folder again. So now I'm selecting base folder and then say A4. OK. So the folder path is available in B3 cell. Now click on create folders button. It will give an error message with the invalid character and the cell address. So in A2 cell, question mark character is available, which we have to remove. Click OK. Now remove this character. Click on create folders again. Now it will say that invalid character found in B4 cell. So in B4 again we have to remove the invalid character. Now click on create folders and it will create all the folders successfully. Go to the folder path and in A4 all the folder structure is available. So in this way you can create the folder structure in couple of minutes. You can download the Excel file. The path is in description section. If you like the utility, press thumbs up and share with your friends and colleagues. Subscribe the channel, press bell icon to get the notification of new videos. Share your feedback, suggestion and query in comment section. Thanks for watching.